Hi students, I am Mallishwari, work for the Department of Chemistry in BRR and GKR Chambers Degree College. Welcome to the chapter Dilute Solutions. We were discussing about the colgative properties and in previous videos following about the relative lowering of vapor pressure, and second colgative property that we'll be studying in this video is the elevation in boiling point. But before I really discuss this property, let me remind you student, what is colgative property? Colgative property is a property of a solution which depends upon the quantity of the solute that has been added to it. Does not depends upon the nature and size. So student, it's only depends upon the concentration of the solute. The second colgative property is elevation. Second colgative property is elevation in boiling point. The elevation in boiling point is actually related to the first one. Any liquid at any temperature on the surface of the liquid, the molecules that occupy the surface of the liquid, some of the molecules they have more kinetic energy. And when they have more energy than the remaining molecules, and so much energy that they can escape in the form of vapors, the attractive forces in the liquid state, those molecules form the surface, escape as vapors at any temperature. The vapor pressure, now when they escape, it's a closed vessel, then they would exert a pressure. If this vessel was closed, the vapors that arises, they would exert a pressure on the liquid and on the walls of the container. That pressure is known as vapor pressure of the vapor pressure. So the students, and the vapor pressure is fixed value for every liquid at a certain temperature. Now the students, what is the differences between the vapor pressure of a vapor and the process of boiling, or rather how would you differentiate between process of evaporation, which causes the formation of vapor, and the boiling? As I told you, evaporation or vaporization, a process that takes place on the surface. Now what happens? As you keep increase the temperature more and more, molecules gain more and more energy. Now the molecules at the surface, as they keep gaining more energy, the ones that have more energy, which can break free from the liquid, keep rising in the form of vapors. And therefore, what would you expect if you increase the temperature of a liquid? As you increase the temperature of the liquid, the vapors rate at which vapors rises will increase. Therefore, students, the vapor pressure would increase right now. I am not right now talking about the relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is the property of colgative property, which is depending upon the solute particles, which was colgative property. I am talking about evaporation. So evaporation is a surface phenomenon where the molecules on the surface of a liquid, they can evaporate or they escape in the form of vapors. Now as you keep on increasing the temperature of the liquid, a temperature comes at which the vapor pressure, if let us say there is no lid on the beaker, and let us say the temperature will go on increase, and more and more molecules can escape in the form of vapors. At a certain point, the atmospheric pressure acts as a roof of the beaker. It is atmosphere is pushing downwards the molecules. The atmospheric pressure is pushing it downwards, and the vapor pressure is pushing upwards. So the molecules, the temperature at which the vapor pressure, which kept on the increases so much that it becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. At a point will come where the vapor pressure would become equal to the atmospheric pressure. That is, the pressure with which the vapors are pushing upwards becomes equal to the pressure of the atmosphere pushing downwards. Students, what does this result? In this results, in evaporation was happening only on the surface of the molecules which were down here could not escape in the form of liquid, in the form of vapors. So students, liquid is cannot escape in the form of vapors. Had atmospheric pressure which has pushing the surface down, those molecules were trapped. But the moment the pressure above the liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, the vapor pressure and the atmospheric pressure becomes equal to the effect becomes zero. Because the pressure with which pushing it upwards is equal to the pressure with which atmosphere is pushing downwards. Though upward pushing and downward pushings are equal, at this point surface is no longer exists. The surface stops the surface existing because of the pressure from the atmosphere. So now at this temperature, what we do notice? We notice that in this beaker, bubbles from bottom of the liquid start arising. That is, molecules that turn into the wave form of vapors in the bottom of the beaker will start rising and will start escaping in the form of vapors. When boiling occurs, the entire liquid it stops bubbling, and even form of bottom the molecules which have higher energy can escape in the form of vapors. And at that point surface does not exist, and that temperature at which the vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure is known as boiling point. So boiling point is the temperature at which liquid is converted to vapors. That point is called boiling point. And this phenomenon where the molecules vapor state can arise the even form of bottom of the jar in the liquid is known as boiling. So now we understand what is boiling and what is vapor, or what is evaporation. Then we studied the first colligative property, that is when you added a solute on the surface, some of the surface is occupied by the non-volatile solute molecules. So the surface area available to the solvent molecules decreases, as a result of which vapor pressure of the solution is always lesser than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. And this colligative property is known as the relative lowering of vapor pressure. It is relative to the original vapor pressure of the pure solvent. So we did the Raoult's law, and if you understand what I am telling you, I would encourage to watch previous videos. This will clear that relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now what we know, that the evaporation and it is boiling point if the vapor pressure is decreased as a result of the presence of a solute. You know, vapor pressure and boiling point when the vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, at that point is called boiling occurs. And if due to the presence of a solute the vapor pressure is decreased, obviously you will have to more heat and more as you to escape more and more molecules, so their pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. So the presence of a non-volatile solute particles, if it is decreases the vapor pressure of the solution, how would you affect the boiling point? It would lead the increase the boiling point, because why this graph? In this graph, on x-axis temperature is taken and y-axis vapor pressure, and temperatures are noted to T0, T1, T2, and pressures are P0, P1, P2. In this graph, the curves are A curve B and C. A is the pure solvent and B is the solution, and the pure solvent added to the non-volatile solute particles, and C is the solution too in this graph. Why this graph that is made here? This was solvent, its boiling point in this temperature on the x-axis. Let us say the boiling point of the solute was the solvent right now. When you add this on, adding solute, it decreases the vapor pressure. If it decreases the vapor pressure, now vapor pressure has to be increased even more and more in order to become equal to the atmospheric pressure. So students, you have to give more and more new substances would you have boiled at temperature T, but now you have to provide, since the vapor pressure went down, the vapor pressure is not equal to the atmospheric pressure anymore. So you need to give it more heat to bring to temperature T. Now when the solution comes to the temperature, at the temperature, the solution, the vapor pressure of the solution becomes equal to 1 atmosphere. So the solution boils. In this graph, the solution at a higher temperature, or that is the colgative property, that the presence of solute results in the increase or the elevation in boiling point of the solvent or the solution. So elevation in boiling point is when a liquid is heated, its vapor pressure rises. When it becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, it starts boiling. Thus the boiling point of a liquid may be defined as the temperature at which vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. That is, since the addition of non-volatile solute lowers the vapor pressure of the solvent, the solution always has lower vapor pressure than the solvent. Hence, it must be heated to a higher temperature to make its vapor pressure equal to the atmospheric pressure. With the result, the solution boils at high temperature than the pure solvent. Why? Because high temperature in pure solution, the solvent is added to the non-volatile solute particles. So the temperature rises, they can form to vapors. If the T0 is the boiling point of the pure solvent and T is the boiling point of the solution, the differences in the two boiling points is called elevation in boiling point. So elevation in boiling point is the differences between the boiling point of the pure solvent and boiling point of the solution is called elevation in boiling point, which is denoted by delta T or delta TB. So delta T equal to, that is elevation in boiling point, equal to T minus T0. In this graph, these three curves, solvent and solution 1 and solution 2 curves, gives the data. The elevation in boiling point of the solvent due to addition of a non-volatile solute can be readily understood the form of vapor pressure curves of the pure solvent. That is, in this graph, the vapor pressure curves of pure solvent, solution 1 and solution 2, the temperatures are T0, T1 and T2 represents the boiling points of the pure solvent, solution 1 and solution 2 respectively. Note that there's a temperature, vapor pressure of the solvent and solution 1 and solution 2 respectively becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. So the vapor pressures P0, P1, P2 are the vapor pressures of the pure solvent, solution 1 and solution 2. Thus in T1 minus T2 in the elevation in boiling point of the solution 1, and delta T2 equal to T2 minus T0. It represents the elevation in boiling point of solution T2. Further, delta 2 is greater than delta T1. In general, higher the concentration of the solution, greater its elevation in boiling point, that is in solution to more the non-volatile solute particles, so increase the temperature to boil. In general, the higher the concentration of a solution is, greater its elevation in boiling point. So for the dilute solutions, the curves BD and CE are approximately parallel straight lines. Therefore, triangles ABD and ACE are similar, and hence in this graph, the triangles in this graph, BE are the similar parallel lines. The triangle ABD and ACE are similar. Hence, AB by AC equal to AD by AE. T1 minus here in this from the graph, AB equal to T1 minus T0, AC equal to T2 minus T0, AD equal to P0 minus P1, and AE equal to P0 minus P2. Here P0 equal to vapor pressure of the pure solvent, P1 equal to vapor pressure of the solution 1, P2 equal to vapor pressure of the solution 2. Here P0 minus P1 equal to lowering of the vapor pressure of our solution 1, P0 minus P2 equal to lowering of the vapor pressure of the solution 2. That's why T1 minus T2 and T2 minus T0 is the elevation boiling point of solution 1 and solution 2. From the equation 1, it is evident that the elevation in boiling point is directly proportional to the lowering of the vapor pressure. So delta T is proportional to P0 minus P. So elevation in boiling point is directly proportional to the lowering of the vapor pressure. So in this section, we can explain the elevation in boiling point and to determine the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles from elevation in boiling point. Students, determination of molecular weight from elevation in boiling point according to Raoult's law. P0 minus P0 is proportional to Wm by M into capital W, where W equal to weight of the solute in grams, W equal to weight of the solvent in grams, M equal to molecular weight of the solute. So above the equation, P0 minus P is proportional to Wm by M into W into P0, where capital M and P0 is the constants. He also fixed temperature. The above equation becomes capital M and P0 are constant is removed. P0 minus P is proportional to W by M into capital W. Equation 2 and 3 we get delta T is proportional to W by M into capital W, where proportionality is removed. Then we can write the proportionality constant delta T equal to Kb into W by M into capital W, where Kb is the constant, that is boiling point constant or ebullioscopic constant or molar elevation constant. Students, Kb is called ebullioscopic constant. In case of molality of the solution equal to 1, when number of moles of the solute equal to 1 and weight of the solvent equal to 1000 grams, then the equation 4 becomes delta T equal to Kb. The molar, so definition of elevation in boiling point is defined as, or ebullioscopic constant is defined as the elevation in boiling point produced by dissolving 1 mole of any solute in 1 kg of the solvent. Again repeat the definition, students. Elevation in boiling point or ebullioscopic constant may be defined as the elevation in boiling point produced by dissolving 1 mole of any solute in 1 kg of the solvent. So the students, in general, delta T equal to Kb into molality of the solution. The weight of the solvent is in grams. The equation becomes molecular weight of the solute, non-volatile solute, equal to ebloscopic constant into weight of the solute in grams into 1000 by elevation in boiling point into weight of the solvent in grams. We know the delta T and ebloscopic constant, weight of the solute in grams and weight of the solvent in grams. We can calculate the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute. In this colligative property, we can calculate molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles. So, thank you students.